Well, a fine good afternoon, everyone. This is Patricia, and I am traveling for history. Well, I have another book recommendation for you, and I think you'll find this as fun as I. The title of the book, and actually let me just, well, it doesn't really matter if you see a bookmark. The title of it is How to Mellify a Corpse by Vicki León. So how to mellify a corpse and other human stories of ancient science and superstition. Oh, yes. Let me read you the back of the, this is the book edge, which means, of course, when you have it on your bookshelf, it's going to look like that. So, you have to tilt your head a little bit to read it. Let me, and this is the back side of the book. Trying to make sure you don't have any glare on there because that's annoying. So let me read the back cover to you, and I do need to take my eyeglasses off to do that because although I wear progressive lenses, so like trifocals, it's still easier to take off my eyeglasses. It's kind of annoying. Anyway, a honey of an afterlife. That's what Alexander the Great sought and got. Mellified, which means embalmed in honey, his golden cadaver became a must-see attraction visited by Julius Caesar and generations of Roman emperors. According to eyewitnesses, Alexander looked great for 538 years. Alex's story, plus modern confirmation about honey's remarkable powers, is one of 88 tales about Greek genius and Roman know-how, told with clarity and wit by Vicki León in How to Mellify a Corpse. She profiles countless seekers of long ago who sweated and swore along the bumpy path from magical beliefs to the emerging disciplines of physics, astronomy, math, and more. From the Greco-Roman love affair with superships to their fascination with the heavens, which led to the world's first computer, León explores early science and its persistent rival, superstition. Ancient life was an obstacle course of unlucky days, comet warnings, vampire sightings, and bizarre, sometimes fatal remedies. Says León, quote, as inquirers sought answers to the big questions, they also had to placate ancestral ghosts and ward off evil eye threats. Talk about multitasking, unquote. Alrighty, so the copyright on this, by the way, is 2010. And let me share with you some of the section headings. Actually, I'll share with you all the section headings. These are not chapters. These are actually sections. So section 1, Athens and Attica. And under here we have things such as deforestation, Strato of Lampsacus, he gave physics weight. Or my personal favorite, Socrates, make mine hemlock. Anyway, I do find that entertaining. Let me see, section 2, Greece and the Greek islands. Vampires and Night Stalkers. Hellas, land of the undead. Acoustics, music, Pythagoras, philosophical phavophobia. Or how about Democritus and Leucippus, inventing the atom, splitting the credit. Or my personal favorite, Ghosts and Worse, necromancing the stone. It's just if the credits or the table of contents is this entertaining, how would the rest of it be? Well, section 3, Asia Minor and the Middle East, ranges from Heraclitus, the dark heart of change, to let me see, Hipparchus and rivals, not easily eclipsed. And then Herodotus. Now, if you've watched any of my other book recommendations, and I wouldn't be surprised if you've not, they're not well viewed. not well watched. But there are certainly people who like them. And my very first book recommendation was The Histories by Herodotus, because Herodotus is known not only as the father of history, but it's one of the best history books I've ever read. I've read it multiple times because it's just that good. And I feel it's my job also not only to share with you the national registers of historic places I film and the large volume of cemeteries I visit, but also, if something is really good, like some book is really good, or today's, which is Archaeology magazine. I don't see the word magazine on there anymore, but it's Archaeology magazine. Awesome magazine. I just feel it's my duty to share with you these wonderful books that are out there that are interesting. Wow, history books that are interesting. Qu'est-ce que c'est? But anyway, Herodotus is mentioned in here, and the phrasing next to it is girly men and contact births. Excuse me, contact highs. Contact highs. So, anyway, it's, let's see. Military tactics, stealth bombs, stench warfare. Section 4, Rome and its provinces. The Pantheon, aqueduct technology, Marcus Agrippa, all's unfair in love and war. My personal favorite, refrigeration, the Big Chill, BC. Oh. Let me see. Let me see. Section 5, Italy and Sicily, aquaculture, evil eye, folklore. This is a song lyric. It was fascination. I know. Fascination is the name of the song. I was singing for you, but people don't watch already, so. But, well, what the heck. No, I better not. I better not. My voice is pretty terrible. At least I can carry a tune. Let's see. Numbers. Vitruvius, an all-around also-ran architect. Volcanology and seismology. Under the volcano. So volcanology, in case you don't know, is the study of volcanoes. It's not this. Alrighty. And then section 6, North Africa and Mesopotamia. Mesopotamia. In case you don't know, Mesopotamia, that area gave us Ur, capital U-R, the cradle of civilization. Wow. And then Sumer on its heels. I was sitting in my third grade social studies class. Oh, that teacher was boring as all get out. Do I remember his name? No, I think his name is lost to time. Boring, though. My gosh, so boring. Anyway, he was droning on about God knows what. And he's blah, blah, blahing, and I have in my head that the Snoopy teachers, you know, the Charlie Brown teachers, wah, 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 right? So I was moving forward in the book, page after page, looking for interesting pictures to look at, and I came across a photograph of Sumerian statues and thought, oh my gosh, if I could do something that had to do with that, I would be happier than a pig in poo. So let me show you a photograph of Sumerian statues so you have an idea of what I'm talking about. And that would be these folks right here. There we go. See that? Those blue eyes. And you see the smile on that guy's face? And even I'm not sure if it's a man or woman on this side, but they're just, the ones I saw had the blue eyes and huge eyes. This is not a friendly picture, so to speak, but those are the huge eyes of that. When I think of Sumerian statuary, that is what I think of. Those eyes right there, that style eye, but they were blue, and they weren't scary at all. They were just, it wasn't a family portrait or anything like that. It was just a group of people standing together, and it was so interesting. I just couldn't stop staring at that photograph. So, yeah. So when I see Mesopotamia written right there, it takes me right back. Right back. So under here we have Alchemy and alchemists romancing the philosopher's stone. Gems and gem fakery, hot rocks, pearls of wisdom. And then, well, the title of the book, Honey. It heals, it maddens, it mellifies corpses. Ancient world wonders, forget the gardens, build me a labyrinth. Or exploration, inventing geography. Now, I should point out that the way so under the sections, each one of those bits of titles I read to you are different pieces in the book, and understand these range from like 2 pages to 4 pages, just enough to be interesting and not too much to bog you down. You can jump around in the book. Each thing is not necessarily interconnected, and I know when we think of chapters, at least when I think of chapters, I think most people would think this way. You have chapter 1, and you have the paragraphs of the dark and stormy night, right? And then you get to chapter 2. It's a brand new page with the fresh information for chapter 2. Well, let me show you what it actually looks like in this book. See how that's right there? This is the new chapter, if you will, and it's just on a regular page. So it's not broken up. Oops, it's not broken up the way one might think. How old is this receipt? I bought the book used. In fact, it's funny. I was with a friend in Arizona. We saw a used bookstore, and we wanted to stop because we both really love used bookstores. I've gotten some great books there, including this one right here. And this bookstore had stacks of books on the floors, on tables, on shelving. It was stunning where all these books were stacked and piled and whatnot. And on the table when we first walked in was this book right here. And I'm holding it and reading it as I'm staying there, and she came over and saw the title and just burst out laughing. You know, only you can find these books. Now, if you watched my book recommendation on Rogues Gallery, well, same idea. It was up on a really high shelf as a you know how you put books out, face out, so people can really see them, as opposed to by the spine showing. Well, that's how that was. It was up on the top shelf. I couldn't actually reach it. They had to get it down for me, and I fell in love. And again, only you could see that because it was really, really high up. I mean, I'm almost 5'2", and it was a good 3 to 4 feet above my head, and yeah, my eyeballs found it immediately. So I have a penchant for finding books like this. My cat says hello, in case you hear that meowing in the background. Anyway, Vicki León, really fun to read her material. I have another book by her that I may feature in another video. The Joy of Sexus, S-E-X-U-S. Her style of writing is quite entertaining. It's really interesting. On the back of the book, it says about her, Vicki León calls California home, but returns often to her Mediterranean sources. Having honed her research skills by unearthing 900 achievers for her Uppity Women series, she's delved deeper into the ancient world with this book and her earlier title on long ago careers working 9 to 5. And 9 to 5 is written in Roman numerals. So that would be, for 9 be I-X, and then to 5 would be a V, in case you don't know Roman numerals. Oh, and there's Sargie. There he is. There you are, my little friend. He's about 14, by the way. Years. Yeah. All right. So, let's see. Perhaps I should read you a little bit from this book so you can get an idea of what this sounds like. Let's see. How about if I just read you the section on how to mellify a corpse? Let me find that, and I'll be right back. Alrighty, I found a section that I think you'll find interesting. I mean, I did. I'm not going to read you the whole thing, but it's on, it starts on page 69 under a section called Daring Drillers. And I'm starting on the first full second page of it. Quote, 2,500 years ago, there were no jackhammers, no earth movers, merely iron pickaxes, stone hammers, and human muscle. How did they break rock in those days? Well, where there was room, a battering ram was used to break the matrix. To make tunnels and mine shafts, Greeks also used a method whereby they heated the rock with fire, then doused it with vinegar. Once the fire produced surface cracks in the rock, pouring vinegar, or any acid, into the cracks would make it split. Some modern experiments have found that water seems to do the job as well, but vinegar had mystique and the weight of tradition. Another well-chiseled underground tunnel had a far different feel. Located in the region of Campania, Italy, the land of hot sulfur springs and volcanic activity, the site of its opening was known through legend as a gateway to the underworld. Some years ago, two amateur archaeologists started poking around this volcanically active area of Avernus and Baiae. In the process, they hit pay dirt, discovering a labyrinth of spooky underground passages culminating in what they surmised was some sort of religious sanctuary. They and other Indiana Jones hopefuls have had tremendous fun debating its possible use as a long-ago tourist trap, the headquarters for an Oracle of the Dead cult, a parking garage for aliens, and so forth. More mundane hypotheses have called it a service tunnel for a Roman bathhouse. Whatever purpose it served, the maze is amazing. Running for more than 200 yards to a depth of 140 feet, it ends at a stream fed by volcanic springs. The solid rock tunnels are a claustrophobic 21 inches wide, their walls filled with hundreds of niches for oil lamps. Who was it? Eupalinus. Was he Etruscan, Italian, or extraterrestrial? To date, no one knows, but anyone can play. Unquote. So, really fun stuff like that. Really interesting. It's a wonderful read. It's just really fantastic. I can't recommend it enough. She is a fun author, funny, and writes well. And like I said, well, since these are called sections, perhaps these are subsections. Each one really ranges from 2 to 4 pages, so it's just not arduous to read. And if you don't like it, skip to the next one. No one's going to know. So my book recommendation today is How to Mellify a Corpse. One of 88 tales in this book. So, I haven't looked it up. Well, actually, let me look it up, and I'll be right back. Alrighty, well, I found it on Amazon. If you buy it on the Kindle, it's $13.60. You buy the paperback, it's $1.55. This is U.S. dollars, of course. It does say only one left in stock. Order soon. And it's also eligible for the Amazon Smile donation if you use Amazon Smile instead of regular Smile. By the way, if you use Amazon Smile, you can choose the charity of your choice or nonprofit of your choice, and it will make a donation as a percentage of whatever you've spent on said item. This is true if you buy brand new, not on third-party seller stuff. So, anyway, it's a used book sold by someone else. Well, they have apparently some others for 75 cents. As little as 75 cents and $4 shipping. Wow. Very good book, though. It's really a lot of fun. So at least it's still available, even if it's used or as a Kindle book. So fantastic. So I will say the book I have, the pages are somewhat discolored, but very, very readable. So anyway, if you do decide to read it, I'd love to know. So please put something in the comments below. And this is Patricia, and I'm traveling for history. I would ask that you subscribe to my channel if you're enjoying the content. I'm still uploading every day of the week. What day is this? March 28. Wow. It's Monday, March 28, 2022. Hoping after I get my car fixed again tomorrow that I'll be on the road again to offer more interesting places and people and all that good stuff. And until I see you tomorrow, hey, have a great day. Thanks so much for watching.